So before I show you the demo, I'm going to show you this example of what a caulked seam looks like on a traditional wooden boat. We've got the oakum cotton line behind it, and then over top it is sealed with pitch, which is pine tar and resin, which can be melted and then hardens like a putty. If you were redoing seams in a boat, you would need to rake out all of this old material first before putting in a new seam. It's a lot of work. So you use something called a raking iron. Now, a couple of days ago, I did this for practice, and I've got a seam here. I could show you. The raking iron is bent really sharp edge here, and it goes in and it pulls out the material. Obviously, I would be struggling a little more with an old wooden boat, but here you have the idea of what will be done first to prep the material. Then you're gonna grab your filler. If it's oakum, it's picked apart line like we discussed before. It would need to be gently rolled between the knees and the palms first to get the right width. I'm gonna be using cotton caulking material today, which is already ready for me. So first, I'm gonna start here with one of my making irons, and these are not sharp. We don't want to sever any of these fibers. Just give you a little heft to push everything down into these seams. So I can start by anchoring it in, and then this is a lot of fun. I always think of this as like making a pie crust edge, because it's very similar to that. You take a little bit of that filler, cotton line here, and just tamp it down. And then again, even spacing, tamp it down. And again, down the line, and really experienced caulkers, which in the past in Maryland, this was dominated in the Chesapeake by African-American expert caulkers in the wooden boat yards. And I've seen people just pick up the filler material with the iron and with their mallet in the other hand tamp it in. I am not that coordinated. This is gonna do the job for our demo today. So just going down the line and keep going. Many times they would sing songs, particularly for the horsing irons later on, where they needed a lot of coordination, would help keep a good work rhythm. All right, so after the seam is filled like this, then you take your iron and your mallet. Now, the traditional mallets were shaped like this, and the ends were reinforced with iron or horn. This is an artifact, so I won't be using it today. I've got a regular oak mallet from shipbuilding. I'm gonna take my iron and just at the edge of the material, 2 quick tamps down. One to kind of get it in, one to seal it. I'm gonna go again, just on the edge, because I want the iron to pull down the material. I don't want anything sticking up. I'm gonna go down the line until it's all filled. The reason for spacing apart the filler material like I did is that you don't want it to be even. You want there to be some gaps in there, and that allows for something that happens when the boat is finished. As planks are getting friction and they're rubbing against each other, you want the filler material to kind of stop that. And by putting irregularities in it, looping it like that, you're gonna ease that friction between the planks. If you don't have that and there's too much friction, that's when the hull can explode. You don't want that happening in rough water. The last step is one I'm not going to show you because it's a little dangerous, potentially. You use your pitch. So this is a chunk of pitch. This is actually a fluid. As I'm touching it, it's kind of tacky. It would be melted, placed in the pitch pot here, and then you'd run seams of pitch down to cure everything. And then it would have that nice flat surface like I showed you on our example. This is a deck seam. If it was the hull seam, they likely would use a putty. Today, of course, we have a whole range of marine sealants that are used instead. I hope you've enjoyed this caulking demo. See you for the next segment.